Hello, and welcome to Soda Review Channel, where today we'll be drinking this Dirty Mountain Dew Cream Soda Dew. That is apparently a description and not part of the actual product name. Um, yeah. Also, I think it's funny that over here on the side it just says Dew, and it's funny to me because different Mountain Dews will say like whatever thing flavored Dew, but it just says Dew. And I know why it says that. It's because it always says that. But it's weird that it doesn't say anything flavored dew or milky textured dew. Um, I haven't had this one, but I did try the. Well, I guess that's in the video now. But I did try the zero sugar version a little bit after that video. Um, and so I have some idea of what to expect here. I expect it to have a very smooth, creamy texture. I expect it to smell kind of milky. And I expect it to not at all be green like this bottle. And maybe slightly, but not very. Um, because of the change to, I believe, some more natural dyes. It's fine, I guess. Um, what's in here? Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, natural and artificial flavor. I think it's weird that it says flavor and not flavors, but whatever. Potassium sorbate preserves freshness. Gum arabic, caffeine, ascorbic acid, also to protect flavor. Sodium citrate, glycerol, ester of rosin, calcium disodium to protect flavor, and beta carotene for color. Notably, I believe this is also true of the zero sugar version, but I don't remember for sure. Orange juice, not listed as an ingredient like it is on normal Mountain Dew. Um, I guess that's also in the video now. Anyway, um, I do wonder if they removed the orange juice concentrate to make it less orange, since they're going to a more natural and less bright coloration blend. But notably, that is also going to affect the flavor profile. So when they say cream soda dew, my initial impression is like Mountain Dew and cream soda mixed together, in the vein of like a Dr. Pepper and cream soda, which I'm pretty sure we've reviewed. I'm pretty sure that that's true. Um, and if this is a lot like the zero sugar version, which I would very much expect it to be, then that's not really what this is. It's more cream soda esque Mountain Dew than a mixture of the two, or perhaps Mountain Dew esque cream soda. So let's see if that's all accurate. All right. First off, we've got that very creamy smell. Um, and let's see if we get that same kind of golden white type color. I do know from editing the zero sugar version of this drink that it looks more like pale gold on camera, and it does kind of look that way in person, but it is a much whiter color in person. I would not guess that this was a Mountain Dew if I didn't already know. it still does very much have that sort of milky, creamy type smell. Um, Almost like a little bit caramelly. Um, so let's try this out. That is deeply strange. Hmm. My co-host made the comparison that this tastes and feels a lot like a Korean soda called Milkus that we reviewed recently. You can check that out here. Um, and it does. It's sharper. I would say it's sharper. It's a little bit bitier. Maybe has just a little bit more brightness to it. But it is a similar sort of flavor profile. Um, but notably, Milkus contains dairy in the form of, I believe, powdered skim milk. Um, I probably said in that video. Go watch that. Um, but this does not contain dairy. Um, it doesn't say contains no dairy like the sort of dirty soda esque Coke products do. But we did reach out to Pepsi and they did confirm it does not contain any dairy. Um, Obviously, it doesn't list any, but we did just want to make sure that the natural and artificial flavor doesn't include whatever makes milk taste milk. Um, and given that, this is actually a really interesting drink because they've done a remarkable. These people need to chill out. They've done a remarkable job of making this taste and feel creamy without using any type of cream or milk. Um, and I do think just for that reason, it's interesting to try. Yeah, this is definitely reminiscent of the Milkus. It is distinctly different. Um, it's been a while, a little bit since I've had that one. This is my first time having this one. If you put them in front of me, I could tell you which one was which, but it would be by the color. Um, and that's not to say that I can't tell the difference in the taste. I do think they taste different, if only a small amount. And I think I could learn to tell the difference in the flavor over time, like between Coke and Pepsi. But I think if you gave an average person one of either every week or two, I think they would probably not really know that they're different, aside from the color. Because the Milkus is much whiter than this, and doesn't really have this sort of golden hue to it. And that sort of makes sense because that's more of a marketing thing, I think. Milkus is sold as a milk soda, and this is sold as a Mountain Dew. Milk soda you would expect to be white, and Mountain Dew you would expect to be, well, kind of green, but this is sort of vaguely greenish, I guess. Okay, all the loud cars have deemed it necessary to drive past today. That's great. I am enjoying this. Um, I don't think I'll have one that often, especially not if they only sell them for a little bit. It doesn't say limited edition, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to keep it around. Um, Especially if it doesn't perform well, I would guess. And I think I would probably have one of these every maybe once or twice a month, maybe a little bit less often, if they continue to be easy to get. I probably wouldn't go out of my way for this basically ever. Um, well, except for this one. I went out of my way to get this one to film this video with, for reasons. Um, but just to drink, I don't think I would do that. That said, this is fascinating, and I think it's remarkable that they have managed to get such a creamy texture, and they've managed to get a taste so similar to something that does have milk in it, all without using any dairy. And so I think it is very much worth trying, even if only once, because I think that this is a very interesting piece of food tech. I don't know that it has many other applications. It might. I don't know how they're doing it. Um, but I think that this is a fundamentally interesting drink because of what a good job they've done of making this taste and texture in a non dairy manner. But do I like it? And I'm going to say that the answer is kind of. I kind of like it. Um, I do like milk, and this is milk like. But does that mean that I like this? Not necessarily, but in this case, I think it does. I do think it's interesting that the Milkus also markets itself as a cream soda, as this does. And I think they're sort of the same kind of cream soda, whereas an A&W cream soda, which we've also reviewed, is not that at all. Um, and I think it's interesting that those are called the same thing because they're not the same thing. And I would say that the Dr. Pepper and cream soda is more like the A&W cream soda, which makes sense because A&W and Dr. Pepper are owned by the same company. Whereas I'm not aware of Pepsi having any other cream soda products. They may. That may be there's a hole in my knowledge. It's very possible that there is a cream soda that I'm aware of that is manufactured by Pepsi, and I just didn't know that. But that's kind of a tangent. So what do I think about this? I think that I like this drink. I don't see myself drinking it very often, but I think I might occasionally. And I think for that reason, even if only barely, I give it a good.